It's time for Kickoff. Hi, I'm Andrew Mulligan, and thanks to the low standards set by Corey, Jane and Israel Dagg, they will literally give this job to anyone. Tonight's show is brought to you in association with the letter M. We'll be talking match facts, mauls, mullets, all brought to you by Mertz, Mills, Moles and, well, Dan. That's right, on the couch tonight, Andrew Mulligan, Daniel Bowden and Malili. Check me on Instagram, it's under Skills for Mills, Muliaina. Welcome to Kickoff.
Woo! Bula Vinaka, welcome to Kickoff. Yes, the Chiefs host the Crusaders in beautiful Fiji. Will this be Treasure Island for the home team or Death in Paradise? We get loose with our matchups. Lachlan Bosher and Fetu Douglas are under our magnifying glass. Plus, Jack Goodhue joins us live from Fiji to talk a bit of code and, of course, that hair. As always, surprises, dad jokes and some questionable chat. Let's kick it off.
Wow, congratulations. Come on, guys. We clapped during the titles there, but Mertz.
We were convinced it would be awful and it was only bad, wasn't it?
No, it was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. Well done. You went. You know, this is the only time that you went quiet for like 5 minutes.
Genuinely nervous.
Genuinely nervous, eh, Mills?
You're quiet as before the show. I've never had that ever in my life. So I reckon 10 out of 10.
Tell me that every time then, mate.
7, I reckon 7.
7, Dan?
Yeah, 7.5 maybe, just for good looks.
Excellent. Mertz, we've got one of your great moments, and you've had many in your storied career. This is a Super Rugby moment where you were in the throes of passionate game-ending drop goals. Talk me through that.
Youthful exuberance here. I mean, I was only 28 years old at the time, and that's what you do, isn't it? I was wearing 2 white Spinnakers there, as you can tell. The size of those shorts.
Great shorts, mate. Great
Enormous shorts.
Yeah.
Lifters shorts, right?
Were those Con Barrel shorts?
No, but I was equal largest in the team. I think Norm Berryman was wearing the same size shorts at the time too.
Excellent. Now, we do love a stitch-up, and, of course, this is my first time on the couch. Thank you to Kirsty Stanway. We're going to talk to her very shortly in Fiji. Joe Wheeler's gone to Japan. He did a great job last week. But my finest Super Rugby moment, I think everybody knows what it is. It went viral a couple of years ago.
Just one question. How do you stop a juggernaut?
Who?
A juggernaut like the Crusaders. How do you stop that?
I think we just got to break the rhythm. And
36-3 AMI Stadium, and it is an absolute massacre at the moment. We'll be back after the break.
Why you just go wide shot off that? Thanks. There's no need to cut right on me.
We understood it down in Christchurch, mate. It was perfect. That's slower.
I made the mistake of saying that I was drunk. I wasn't drunk. It was a technical issue. Mills, you'd never seen that before.
I've never seen that before. I was literally in tears before the show watching it.
Did you appreciate me more as a broadcaster then or now?
I do appreciate it. You were yawning before, OK? So these are lessons you learn if you're going to present. Don't yawn just before you come into the show.
Now, Northern Hemisphere, James Haskell, that happened to him as well. So I felt his pain. I felt like we're part of a brotherhood. Also, 20 years ago, Mertz, tell me what happened 20 years ago.
Well, the Crusaders managed to come through getting 4th in the round robin. We went to Queensland and won there. The poor old Highlanders had to come back from Cape Town after their semi-final. And it was billed as the party at Tony Brown's house after the successful ad campaign of the time. And the little energiser, a Fatou So'oalo, just set the crowd alight. Went round Brian Lima, chipped and chased past Jeff Wilson there, scored an amazing try.
Fatou So'oalo, I mean, that was the greatest game of his career, surely, right?
Oh, he gives hope. He gave hope to small people like me. How fast was he? Good footwork, so pretty exciting, but, yeah, good clips in that, though, eh? Pretty exciting.
Now, tell me, post-match, did you go to Tony Brown's place at all and have a party there?
We jumped on the bus and got out of town, actually. We were, a few things thrown at us on the way, to be fair, on the drive back to Christchurch. But, yeah, we got back pretty quickly amongst our people. We had a lot of supporters came down. It was a great occasion. It was great for the South Island to have both the teams in the final.
All right, this is your weekend for your New Zealand teams. This is what we like to do on the Kickoff, Mills. Tomorrow night, Blues Bulls. Who are you picking in that one?
Oh, it's got to be the Blues. Really?
Yes. Get
3
up.
more games left. But I'm going to pick in the Blues. It's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, Dan?
Up the boys. The Blues.
Yeah.
The Blues for sure, no doubt.
They split their games in Australia, Mertz. Can they get up at Eden Park and beat the Blues?
Yeah, they can. They're a big, strong team, and anything we've seen this year shows us that South African teams are having more success against the Kiwis. Might be part of the whole, building depth in all the squads and whatnot, but there are some kind of volatile results, and the Bulls certainly are a good team. They'll come with every ambition of doing well and taking the points away.
We all must keep an eye on those South African conference as well, because those games, there's 6 points that separate those 5 teams as well. But this is the game we are talking about for the bulk of tonight's show. Chiefs, Crusaders in Suva, and Mills, tell me, for you, 240 tackles is a lot of tackles for any rugby team. Oh. That's what the Chiefs had against the Reds on the weekend. Combined with a little bit of heat in Suva, it's going to be warm. What chance do you give the Chiefs?
You have to give them a little bit of chance. Every time that there's a New Zealand derby, you kind of almost you take form out of it. But given it's in South Africa, and I just sense that the Crusaders are, they hit a little bit of a lull the last couple of weeks, but they've still won. But you sense that they'll start to lift things up a little bit, another notch the next couple of weeks. Right?
Who do you reckon the Fijian support's with? Because, it's a Chiefs home game, but of course Sevu Reece and a long history of luminary Fijians have come through the Crusaders, Marika Vuonembaka and the likes. I would have thought might be a bit of home support.
Yeah, I reckon the Crusaders, they just Sevu Reece fact, though. We know he's big on Instagram.
Let's go to Fiji and ask Kirsty Stanaway, because Kirsty Stanaway has been absolutely flat out in Fiji, I understand, Kirst. And Israel Dagg, who has been at Sky Sport 3 days, has blagged his way to a carver session in Fiji. Unbelievable, Kirst.
Oh. Hey, you're the one that's been busy at the moment. Thank you so much for filling in for us tonight. We've got the makeshift team over there. We've got the real deal in Suva.
Terrible introduction by Mert, eh? What a terrible introduction. Nah, it's great to be here, lads. And Mullies, I'm actually here on Crusaders duties, mate. I'm still part of the squad. So
Promos, he reckons.
Promos, Fiji Airways.
Fiji Airways sponsor trip. Business class on the way over, probably. But as you can see, we're doing a traditional carver ceremony. That's what they do in Fiji. Celebrations, to relax after work. You have to do it. So I've got all our mates involved. The Carver Kings. Izzy, that's you?
Let's go. Ready, brother?
He's already had a few. I'm surprised he can talk.
Yep.
Talk us through it. What do we do?
So we're just going to fill up the bowl with carver. Here we go, boys. And I'm going to clap once. All right. Bula. 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 Bula.
Oh, outstanding.
Why are they all laughing?
The cloth they used to mix that carver with is actually CJ's undies.
Oh, he couldn't make it, eh?
That was terrible chat.
What does it taste like, though, for people at home that haven't tasted carver before?
Tastes like chocolate. Bit of chocolate.
Hey, excellent, guys.
It looks like chocolate, but I don't
we'll come
think it
back
tastes
to you a
like
little bit
chocolate.
later on, Kirst. Thank you very much. The team list, can you chuck them up on the floor? I love how we do this. We don't have this technology on our show on Crowd Goes Wild at the moment, but that is a stacked Crusaders team, Dan. It is. It's almost all full firepower.
Yeah, look, they've been going well, haven't they? So, look, they're still the former team in the competition. It's going to be hard for any side, regardless. I do think playing in Suva, if it is in Suva, is a levelling factor. Although Millsy said it was in South Africa, he had me worried for a second. Yeah, look, I still think it's going to be close because the weather, as you say, those boys from down south, they won't be used to the heat. But, look, I still think they'll win.
Yeah, it's a good forward pack they've put out too. And the interesting one there is probably the Matt Todd not being able to go head-to-head against Sam Cane either. Billy Harmon comes in, fantastic player. They've backed him for a while. He hasn't seen a lot of game time this year, but he'll relish the conditions over there, the chance to get out and mix it up and break the line and those little offloads.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and that's the thing. When you bring guys that haven't had much game time as well, they bring excitement. And when you're in a place like Fiji playing over there, it just adds to everything that's going on. So that's why I think, the Crusaders, will just lift another level.
Let's have a look at the matchup that we want to keep an eye on. It's the Sixers as well. It's Fetu Kamukama-Douglas up against Lachlan Boshier. And he's very good at the turnover as Lachlan Boshier, and Fetu Kamukama-Douglas is very good at the carries. So very useful for both teams. For you, where does the advantage come here, Dan?
Oh, for me, I think Boshier plays such an important role, but to get go forward and gain line these days, it's so important in the modern game, and Fitzcommon-Douglas, obviously, so powerful in the ball carry and just gets that go forward for the Crusaders that they need to get their game plan in. I think it probably outweighs the importance for me personally the defensive side that Boucher brings. If that's fair.
It's a good platform you get to work off to, isn't it,
Certainly,
from the back row? Not speaking from experience, of course, but
All
I've seen
the
plenty of them do it.
carries.
But being able to have the big boys up front doing their yards and then get it on the front foot, and that's where I think maybe that might be hard for the Chiefs. You know, they've got to put Ardron into the second row rather than his preferred number 8 position. So it's going to weigh on them. You know, not having a guy like a Retallick really does weigh on a team up front.
Excellent. All right, guys. We're going to go back to Fiji now. We have the privilege of having Jack Goodhue, Crusaders starting centre, joining us as well from Suva. Buller, Jack, and congratulations on being named at 13, but more impressively, just a great mud flap at the back to keep that neck nice and white and not get any sunburn on it.
Buller. Yeah, mate, the mullet is looking good, if I say so myself. And it's great for the weather over here, mate. It's keeping the sun off my neck, and yeah, it's good.
Excellent. Now, Jack, how warm is it? I mean, it's Fiji, it is late May, but is it warm enough for you guys, or is it a little bit uncomfortable? Around about this time, we'll be playing a bit of rugby on Saturday night.
Mate, it's warm. Not as warm as Northland at the moment, but probably the second place I'd rather be at the moment. Mate, it was a bit uncomfortable in the heat at training today, but the boys have gone to their work and acclimatised, and we had a good training, and just enjoying a bit of pool time this afternoon, and yeah, just getting ready for a good game on Saturday.
Jack, it's Mills Muliaina here. Hey, how's the reception been for you guys? I know you've spoken about the pool and things like that, but how's the locals been? Because I know they've always sort of been excited. Which way do you see them supporting, for you guys or the Chiefs?
Mate, when you got guys like Sever Reese playing the kind of footy he is, I don't think the fans will be able to ignore him. Mate, it's good getting alongside the Fijian people. You know, they're great, they're happy people. We just enjoy their company. Daggy and a few other boys are working hard today, visiting some schools. Probably harder than he's worked in his rugby career, to be honest. I think he did about a 10-hour day today. So, mate, we love the Fijian people and we love coming here.
Jack, it's Mertz. Just a couple of things about the game. What challenges do you see, particularly up against the Chiefs, but also, secondly, outside of the rugby, just the challenge of keeping that water, the retention in the back of that toilet brush on your hair, techniques you might be employing for that, and also what you're looking for from the Chiefs backline?
Look, mate, I didn't come on the show, mate, to get a bit of stick from my mullet. You know, this will be the last time I come on the show and start hearing something more about the mullet, unless it's positive. But mate, yeah, big challenge with the Chiefs. You know, we've had some great battles over the years, and we're expecting nothing less from them. The midfield battle will be a good one. So always look forward to going up against Anton as well.
Jack, it's Dan Belden here, mate. I just wanted to ask the mindset. How hard is it to balance trying to concentrate on the game, but also Bryn Hall, when he's just posting shots of his golf game continually and trying to take money off the boys? How do you balance that?
Yeah, when you got guys like that in the team, distraction, you get a bit over their chat, when you got to spend a few days with them. So that's why you got to, probably get out to a cafe and read your book or something like that. But no, Bryn Hall's a good man. He's probably not as good of a golfer as he says he is, but no, he's a good man. And like I said, the boys are going good. They enjoy being on tour, and we just enjoy, I guess, being together for this. What could be our last tour with some of the boys. I suppose it will be. With a lot of the guys that are going. So we just got to make the most of that time.
Jack, it's Mills here again. Hey, I know, your mullet's great. I love your mullet. It's a Northland-style mullet. But surely something that has to go is Richie Moonga and David Havili's haircut. What's going on there, man?
Mate, they've seen how good it looked on me and they wanted to be a part of it. Can you blame them? Can you blame them, their haircuts? So.
Hey, look, Jack, just as Mills
here. And they're playing good footy with them.
Well, that's the point, isn't it? If it's working for you. Now, clearly follically challenged, and I love your mullet, Jack, but I just want to ask you, when you go up against, and all due respect to Alex Dankerville, but you've got 2 other All Blacks in the midfield as well, what kind of situation do you find yourself in when you're going up against guys you've played in the black jersey when you come into these derby games?
Mate, it's just a challenge because, you know, they're good players. You know, like Anton, you know, his offload game, you know, his running game, everything, he's just had an amazing season so far. But, you know, we're ready for that, and we just want to, you know, me and Crotts will just want to lift. You know, we enjoy a challenge. We always enjoy playing New Zealand teams and wanting to get the better over them.
Excellent, Jack. We hope you come back on Kickoff. I don't want to have your absence forever on Kickoff come under my my fill-in role here as a presenter. Okay?
Up the Tony far.
Maybe when Kirsty's hosting it, I'll come back. You're probably off, mate.
All right, mate, you look like a Halloween character. There we go, fine. We're going to get like that. All right.
There it is. There it is.
Thank you very much, Jack. Thanks for your time. Okay, one of the great form wings of the of Super Rugby has been Sevu Reece, and he has been immense. I like the debates, Dagg, that they're looking at the size and they compared him to Wes Hooson, who's a smaller power winger as well of the Hurricanes. And is he a chance for the All Blacks at the World Cup, do you think, Sevu Reece or Wes Hooson?
Oh, geez, on form you'd have to say yes, but I think there's just so many quality players in outside backs, it's going to be hard. But if you want someone that's no one knows a lot about in sort of world footy in terms of hasn't had a lot of exposure at the test level, you throw him in there, he'd do no wrong. How explosive is it, you know?
What do you do? Mills, 2011, you threw somebody in there like, I say, Israel Dagg came in a year or so earlier and took everyone by storm, you know? Sevu Reece, is it too late to do that to a World Cup, even though they've got 5 tests before a World Cup to play?
What I love about Sevu Reece is he's got X factor, and so really the balance of how the makeup of your team is going to be important, because do you go for a specialist? I think you can. I think you go for 3 specialists. Well, you know, obviously Bender at the back, you can go to the wing, Rico Ioane on the other side, but another specialist winger. I mean, an X-factor player like him is absolutely, you know, well, I think it's crucial.
Isn't it awesome, the development of Fijian wingers? The Gians used to come over, incredible skills, incredible pace. Look at the likes of Marika Vonenbarker and those guys, I mentioned them before. But there still used to be that just nervousness when the ball got put up in the air, those box kicks and stuff, and right? Just some silly stuff, but that's just so much more complete now, Sevu Reece. And he's, you know, a long line of Crusaders Fijian wingers, you know. There's a strong community down there. We've got Mataele, we've had Mathilai come through, you know, there's a big chain of them. But they're so good at not just doing the basics that we know them for, the incredible speed and whatnot, just getting in and creating now. It's just a different ballgame for them.
All right, the unknown for me is Fiji, as Suva as a location. It's been an interesting experiment. It's worked for the franchises. Playing in a situation like Fiji where you're out of your norm and it's not a home game, but it is a home game. How do you approach that, Dan?
Oh, I think, as we touched on and Jack mentioned too, just trying to find the medium, the balance of are we here socially or here we still competition points are available? And the team that adjusts to that, the mindset, I think, is probably going to be the one that's the best. But look, some franchises really struggled heading over there and they've had their troubles in the past about, you know, the whole organisation of the event, but this one will be much better.
Fun's still a big part of it, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
certainly.
Sport. It's emphasised by all these teams that, yes, there's hard work, but it's fun. And they've known for a long time they're going over there, they've been able to plan and work out how do they best get the best out of this tour for their guys. You know, a team-building exercise, balance out the fun and the hard work and know that there's a big game at the end of it. And I'm sure they've been looking forward to it for a long time.
It's like touring in South Africa. I always used to enjoy going away the most. You know, you get away from all the distractions, you just hang out with the boys, so it's probably the best time.
Mills, for you, Suva? Fiji is an unknown?
I actually think, like you say, Mertz, I think the couple of teams have adapted. The Chiefs have been over there 3 times now, but it's more around, you know, your preparation, the food and things like that, you know, what hotels, and a lot of promotional work. And I think Jack sort of touched on it then. They've got guys over there that are not playing, that are going out there and doing it, and so that keeps the guys that are playing and doing the promo work as well. The other thing is also, you mentioned about how the development of Fijian rugby, man, this here has played a big part in it. Taking the games over there and actually expressing, and you watch the crowd. They're literally there from 3 p.m. and the game's at 7, and it's just fully packed. So it's great for the game and great for the island nations.
Let's pay attention to the other New Zealand franchise in action, and of course tomorrow night, Blues Bulls.
Yes.
And as we mentioned earlier, Bulls split their Australian tour. The Blues probably out of touch with making the playoffs. mathematically. There's probably a slight chance
still, yeah.
What would the focus be for Liam McDonald, Tana Umang and the rest of the coaching staff in the playing
I think they still need to show those incremental improvements from the previous week. Like, that's what they've been basing their game on. Are we getting better than we were before? And I'd say from last year to now, I'd say yes. But it's still they've got to finish the season. If they don't make the 8 or the playoffs as it is, as such, they still have to show that they were better from last year. I reckon they are. I think they'll still win this, to be honest. I think if they throw the ball around and just take the handbrake off a little bit, it'll be a bit more of an exciting contest.
They've got to go into it with the view that there's still a strong, a possibility of making the playoffs. They can't worry about anything past next week or anyone else's results. Yeah. So, I want to keep my powder dry for the pre-match show tomorrow night, of course. But what they've been able to do is show a bit more consistency.
Do the opener, please, Mertz. Do the opener. Who are you on with? Are you on with Jeff Wilson?
Oh, I haven't even looked. I just care about myself. So I just know I'm on there.
Oh, welcome to TV. you're fitting the perfectly, mate.
Go well.
Yeah. Jeff McTench and Sir Giovanni Kerwin is on there tomorrow night. So lining up a bit of an Italian feed, but we're going to get through this game tomorrow night and enjoy the Blues Bulls, and then we'll get out and do a bit of pasta.
Akira Ioane is indestructible at the moment. He's played something like over 30 games of rugby in a row for the Blues. Is that the key to keeping I don't know if it's a title or trope or if it's true, keeping Akira fit is to make him play every single game?
Well, I think last week probably showed it's taken a toll on him. He was a little bit quiet than what you would have wanted from him, especially given it's a big game.
Yeah.
But I think he's had a really good year. He's with a few guys in the loose, he's been out as well, so he's carried the team a lot, and a lot of expectations has been put on him. And I just think some of the small things that we've probably looked at in the past, going off the game, I think he's really brought that in and honed some of that stuff in and really been a little bit more disciplined than what he's used to be.
He's a bit of a litmus for the Blues, isn't he? Because he's very similar to the team in general, an abundance of talent,
he's their lightning
but sometimes a bit too individial. And I think he has knuckled down. I think we probably didn't see him last week against the Crusaders because he rolled his sleeves up. It was a different sort of a game, so we didn't see the the flashes of brilliance that we're used to from him. So, and I think that's probably a sign of a growing maturity with him, and I certainly hope so.
Time for Guess the Lid, Dan Bowd and Andrew Mertens. Mills has been here before and done it, but international virgin
this week.
No, this is going to be tough.
You're right. This is that's clearly
That is tough.
Whoa!
Wow!
That is fantastic. It's our international round. We've got all sorts.
Oh, jeez.
Buster on.
Fafster.
Oh, that's outstanding. That's why did we have to put that in? 4 more years. And that's not fair on
Matt Duffy,
Matt Duffy at all, is it? Those are straighteners, of course. Eben Etzebeth.
Oh, that's a good one on Izzy, though.
That is a good one on Izzy.
Gee, he looks
Can you imagine a night out with those guys that we just saw, all of them? That would be incredible.
This is too easy, mate. Got it. I've got it.
I'm going to say... Yeah, I got that.
It looks like
easy.
the Shermanator.
Nah, it's real easy.
Who is that?
That's easy, yes. I'm going to say Gavin Henson.
Is that really Henson?
Is it the Shermanator? Surely.
Oh, yeah, there's red in there.
Yeah, it's red.
Reveal. Give us the reveal. It has to be Gavin Henson, doesn't it? Yeah, well done.
He actually runs that all right, doesn't he? Yeah, he
Yeah.
rolls that all right. What is it, Lions kit there?
Must have been.
Jeez,
I was hoping for something harder, to be fair.
I know, he was.
Was it just the one? I was waiting for the next one.
Just the 1 minute, I'm so sorry.
I'm none from
Next
one.
time we do the show, which will be 2023, when they finally run out of presenters, like they have tonight. All right, shall we go back to Fiji and talk to Kirsty and Israel Dagg one last time, working hard. G'day, guys. Are you still at the Carver session?
Bulla Vanaka, I don't know how much talking we can do because the old stinging needle tongue is like numb at the moment.
Very numb. I'm actually quite
got
happy
another one waiting.
I was in that shot with Gavin Henson. I must have had a good lid back then, eh?
Oh, with all the chat on here, I'm surprised you haven't I'm surprised you haven't been mentioned.
Hey,
in this.
lads, I'd just like to say thank you for keeping my seat warm, and I really appreciate all your hard work tonight, and thank you.
And I'm glad we're going to get Jack Goodhue back on the show. As you've heard, Izzy's been working really hard today.
Voila.
And next week, before you go, it's Izzy's 35th birthday next week, so don't miss the show.
25th.
Oh, really?
Yes, 25th.
What are you doing for your birthday, Izzy? Where are you going? Are you going to do any work?
You'll be trying to find another flight back from Fiji by that stage.
I'm coming up to do the
dinner,
show, and we're going to
playing
go out for dinner as team kickoff.
Excellent, guys. Let's do a Carver status. Can you all say juggernaut for me, please?
Delicious.
Juggernaut.
Is that Radinki Samo beside you? Has he had a haircut?
Ritiki Samu. Which one? This one. Big boy.
Staying like
Excellent. We bid you farewell. I'm sure you're just going to go back to your respective rooms and watch a movie. Good luck, guys. Have a great time over there. Looks like you are. Gentlemen, I think we're done here. We've done Kickoff in style, haven't we, Mills?
Oh, this has been fantastic. Best crew, although the age sort of average has spiked up significantly. Awesome crew, awesome crew. Don't bring that lot back.
Excellent. Mertz, good to see you. Your future in television is secure.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get an invite back within the next 18 months. So let's see how
Dan,
we go.
thank you. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.